Last few weeks we've been doing injuries to the saddle from single leg X. Today we're just going to kind of simplify it down and talk about the saddle position itself. For kind of like the lower belts, the white belts and stuff, we're going to keep the focus on straight ankle lock. And for kind of blue and above, we're going to look at finishing heel hooks. So from the saddle here, I want to be as close to his hip as possible. So if he tries to move away, I follow. I stay close to his hip. If I'm loose in any way, he can just slide that out so easily. Whereas if I'm kind of closer I am to his hip, try and slide it out, it's going to be harder and I just follow. So to get used to the position, work that. So if Clem here tries to move away, I follow. I stay close to the hips. So everyone understand that?
Yeah.
So if they're trying to move away, you stay as close as you can to the hips and try and stay side on as opposed to straight on. Because again, that knee just will pop right out. There's two forms of control. So for the lower belts, we're going to look at the double trouble, this control here. So again, like I said, in IBJJF, this is legal because I'm not attacking this leg. So again, we're going to work on the straight ankle lock. So it's the same thing we've been doing the last couple of weeks. Feed this hand through, cross the Achilles tendon, make your rear naked choke grip, pressure. Everyone's okay with that, is it? For the main focus for yourselves today is just to stay glued to the hips. So if they try and move, again, I follow. Follow. It's really simple. So, for the higher belts, we're going to look at controlling this leg. So from here, the problem is, with a lot of times, this is why a lot of people employ this control, is if Clint tries to turn this way, literally turn off, I can often lose control. So if I feel that he's going to start turning this way, grab the heel and bring it across my body. From here, I cup the heel like this, and I bring this arm over to kind of control the toes. Does that make sense to everyone? So if Tim tries to move anyway from here, he can't, because I have control of his leg. He can't move his leg. There's knee bars you can use to finish from there, but today we're just working on the heel hook. So again, I'm controlling the toes. From here, I'm going to take this elbow, and I'm going to bring it to his toes here, as I move this heel across. Then I'm going to sit up, still keeping this elbow on the toes, make my grip. From here, again, I don't want to go really deep on this because I'll lose control. So again, it's just a little bit onto the Achilles tendon. Make my grip, lie back, push my hips up. The biggest thing I see when people are trying to finish heel hooks and they don't get it, is they just try and turn, and the knee is turning. See the way his knee is turning here? There's no pressure. So you have to use your hips as well as turning your body. So control, nice tight squeeze here, fall back, and I push my hips into it. From the side then as well, it's the same thing. Push my hips in, and I just turn. It's a nasty one. So again, we can manipulate this leg as well, and we can make it turn this way. So from here, what I do is I turn my hips in, and that puts pressure on Clem's knee, as you see there. The solution for him here is to bring his foot down here, so if you just start bringing your foot down. Again, with my elbow, I control the toes, because if he turns his toes out like this, it's going to be very hard for me to finish the heel. So, elbow on the toes, sit up, make my grip. From here, I like the gable grip, but you can also use rear naked choke grips, whatever kind of grip feels comfortable for you. But I do like this gable grip here. I pull my elbow in tight. Everything has to be tight here. I can't be loose and leave my hands like this and then expect to finish it. I have to pull this in towards me, making sure my elbow is into my ribs as well. Same as the straight ankle lock. Elbow into the ribs, boom, tight grip, legs tight, turn, and most importantly, this knee does not move with the heel. If this knee moves with the heel, I won't finish it. So, again, to start off, we're just going to do a simple exercise. Just going to play around with it. Clem's going to move around, and I'm going to stay tight to his hips. That's it. That's literally all I'm doing. closer I am to his hips, the better control I have. Does that make sense to everyone? So that's the first thing you're going to do. For the lower belts, again, continue on the straight ankle lock. So from here, this hand comes through. I use the knuckle of my thumb along his Achilles tendon. That's when I know I have the position. I don't want to go too deep, literally just as far as here. I'll make essentially my rear neck choke grip. Same thing again, I close my elbow down, which covers the toes, and I just lean back, pressure goes on. And then for the higher belts, for the heel hook finish, so clean tries to turn away, I bring this across my body. Again, everything's tight here, I'm keeping, he's kind of leg pinched here, it's very hard for him to move. So then from here, I kind of move my hips this way as I kind of pull the heel this way. This will force him then to kind of bring his foot towards here. When he does, I use my elbow to cover his toes. That way he can't, the reason for that is he can't straighten his toes. It's very hard for him, and it makes it easier then for me to finish my grip. Again, gable grip, fall back, push the heels up. If he starts to push his hips up, it can be quite hard for me to finish. All I do from here is just extend my hips up. I can finish. The hips and the legs are very important in the heel finish, not just the upper body turn. Like I said, you have to control the knee. This knee cannot turn. If this knee turns while I'm turning his heel, there's not going to be as much pressure. So you have to kind of move the heel independently of the knee. Does that make sense to everyone? Again, play around with it, play around with control first, and then start to work in your finishes. Anybody want to see it one more time, or you okay with it? Good. Grab a partner, get to work.